everyone, MeltingMan234 here, and here is another video explaining my second trip to an anime convention, which happened to be in the same place as it was last year. So me and a bunch of friends went there and dressed up in fancy costumes. And as you can see, I'm the Red Scout from Team Fortress 2, even though I've never played Team Fortress 2. My sister is dressed up as some character from that new Avatar: The Last Airbender show that I've never seen. And her friend is dressed up as some character that I've completely forgotten who it is. My friend Nathan didn't dress up since it was his first time being at an anime convention, and so he wore his "I'm very excited to be here today" shirt, and he was very excited indeed. So we got up there and found a bunch of nerds dressed up in cool costumes, and there was so much people dressed up as the main 6 characters from My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, along with other characters from the show. It's that popular. I've had a lot of people stop by and ask me if they could take a picture or come up and hug me, and there were even a few people say that I looked like the most convincing scout. Depending on what character you are at an anime convention, you're going to get hugged by a fan, and I got hugged by at least 4 people, either coming up to ask you or just glopping you. At least I didn't get glopped by. I had a lot of people ask me. You would not believe all the blue scouts I kept running into at that convention. At least I had my little moment of revenge. Hey, medic! I could use some medical support after being trashed by those blue scouts. Oh, and yeah, engineer. Need a dispenser here. There were a lot of people dressed up in various anime or random characters from different shows and medias. Most anime conventions aren't always anime. They can expand to video games, popular medias, or something else that we nerds enjoy. There were some pretty cool costumes, like there was Shredder from TMNT, and there was even a guy dressed up as Man Ray from SpongeBob. There was a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender characters from the original show, and from that new one that I've heard of but never seen. There was also a spot where they had all the characters dressed up as random Avatar: The Last Airbender characters, and they were just standing around doing all these poses while people took snapshots of them. This picture shows a guy in a dragon costume that is supposed to be representing Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. Unfortunately, I didn't get much of a good shot of it because they were leaving, and so this is all I got. But it's still cool. There were other characters like Princess Celestia and Kingdom Hearts, but I didn't get much photos of them. There's also this gaming arcade where people can go in and play certain consoles or compete in different tournaments. And there, I got to play the Dreamcast for the first time, playing the Japanese version of one of the Street Fighter games, and I just mash buttons. When it comes to those button-mashing combination fighting games like that, I suck at them. And speaking of gaming, one of the vendors had this stand full of video game stuff. Any video game nerd would go in and marvel at all the NES cartridges, Nintendo accessories like the Power Glove or the Virtual Boy, and even other video game stuff that surprised me, like the Intellivision, Mint in the Box, a couple of crappy CDI controllers, and even some Atari Jaguar stuff. They also had panels up there, and one of them was a Friendship is Magic panel, where they show you some tips of how the artwork is like, or some advice in Photoshop, and I pretty much went there to mostly see that. And no, it was not only bronies that went there. There were girls there too. We still have Pegasisters, you know. Overall, it was pretty fun going there and seeing all these people dressed up in cool costumes at the anime convention, and I had a lot of fun going there. So now I'm gonna show you all the stuff that I got up there. Alright, time to show off the fancy stuff that I got at the anime convention. The first thing I want to point out is I got myself a new film camera. Hooray! It's mainly because the old one that I've used back in the past has pretty much been busticated, so it took me a while to try and get a new one, but now I have a new one, so there's still that possibility of bringing Action Mario and Luigi plush back from the dead, or continuing on with the action figure reviews since I want to get back to doing that. But anyway, time to show off the fancy stuff. Now, the one thing I want to point out is that I didn't get that much stuff like I did last time, because you know how it is with these anime conventions that most of the merchandise that they sell, they can be pretty expensive. So anyway, we'll start off with this little Ghostbusters pin. It was basically this little Ghostbusters pin that I got, and it's pretty cool. It's, has the Ghostbusters logo, and since I like Ghostbusters, I just got this because I like pins and I like the Ghostbusters and such. Anyway, next item is Mario Kart Double Dash for the GameCube. I remember hearing about this a lot back then. I always wanted to play it, so now I can finally play this game. And I've played a bit of it, and it's pretty cool. But of course, when it comes to the 150cc, it can get pretty brutal. And, oh yeah, before I show this next item, I was going to look for a shirt that says Brony on it, because you know they sell shirts that has a picture of Rainbow Dash on it, and on the top it says Brony on it. I was going to look for a Brony shirt. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it, and so what I got instead was this. Yes, it's basically a Fluttershy hat, because Fluttershy is one of my favorites out of the main 6, and I am a Brony. And yeah, this costs about 35 bucks. But they sell a lot of these Friendship is Magic hats up there. They had like the main 6, they had the Cutie Mark Crusaders, they had Princess Celestia and Luna, along with others. They had this one where it was a white unicorn with a blue mane, and I couldn't tell if that was supposed to be representing Shining Armor or that DJ Pony, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the DJ Pony, because she's a lot more popular than Shining Armor. But anyway, it's basically this nice velveted hat, and most of these Friendship is Magic hats came with this little pin that represented their cutie mark. And yeah, it's pretty cool, it's very nice. And to show off how much of a nerd I am, I'm going to have this random picture show up of me wearing it. I have just showed off my manly broniness. And speaking of hats, I also got another one. And it's Jack Skellington's, this nice little soft hat, and it's just Jack Skellington on it, since I like hats and I like Nightmare Before Christmas. They only had one of these, cost about 20 bucks, and so I just got it, because it was awesome. And now I've saved the best for last, which is this. Which is a Nightmare Before Christmas Santa Jack figurine, part of some sci-fi Revolution tech series thingy. I don't know, it's something in Japan, and I can prove it because the entire box is in Japanese, so I have no idea what it says. But yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. Probably the most expensive thing I got at the anime convention. It cost about 50 bucks for this thing. But oh well, it was worth it, and it's awesome. I haven't gotten it out of the box yet, but I'm hoping to do a proper review of this when I get back to doing action figure reviews on it. So there you go, that's all the cool stuff that I got at the anime convention. A bit pricey, but it's still cool. And now for an update. Now I'm sure some of you are wondering, what's taking the new Forgotten Media episode since I stated I was going to do Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go? Well, the problem is that I'm used to doing shows that lasted for 13 episodes or shorter, or maybe a season or two. Well, in this case, it's 4 seasons, so it gives me more of a bigger job to try and find all the episodes, or at least surviving episodes of the show to do research on. Another thing is that I've been thinking of doing this as a co-op review with a friend of mine. We've discussed about it, but we haven't come to a conclusion, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a co-op review or not. So be patient, and the episode will be up eventually. In the meantime, I have an Archie Sonic review in the works, which should be finished pretty soon. And of course, there's still my stuff on my DeviantArt account, if you want to check out all the stuff that I post on there to keep you entertained for a while. Well, that's about it for me. So this is Melting Man 234 signing out.